Welcome to our YouTube video. So in today's video, it's me, Farahin and JeeShen.
Hello.
Okay, in this video, right, we're going to dig deeper into channel manager. So I'm going to ask frequently asked questions by our hotel merchant regarding hotel channel manager. So JeeShen, let's get started with the first question, right?
Sure.
So what is hotel channel manager?
Okay, so this is a good question because ever since we upload some of the hotel channel managers related videos, right, a lot of people ask, oh, this is the first time I heard about it. So channel manager is a tool for hotel to manage multiple online travel agencies. For example, if a hotel sells on Agoda, bookings.com, Expedia, they may use a channel manager to manage the price and inventory on those platforms. Yeah. So it's a software tools to help with their work.
Okay. Alright. So why is hotel channel manager is essential for hotels nowadays?
Okay. As I mentioned, basically, ever with the born of so many OTAs out there, hotel wanted to gain more sales, so they wanted to distribute on those platforms. So once they started to sign up with online travel agencies, like they started with 1, then they grow into 2, then eventually they grow into 5. But the problem with that was they have to update the price. They have to make sure the rooms inventory, the number of rooms available are managed. Otherwise, eventually it will lead to overbooking, guests arriving at the hotel without the rooms available. So that's why they need a tool like a channel manager to help them manage the channels, the online travel agencies. So it is essential because it saves up a lot of work. Otherwise, they'll have to do it manually.
Yeah, I agree on that. If we can lessen our manual work, it's going to be really helpful to front desk and also hotel staff out there. Alright, so thank you for the explanation. It's a good explanation. So now we will go to the next question. How actually hotel channel manager work?
Most of the time, as a user, right, you only get to see the one-page user interface where you make changes to your price and also your available rooms. But a lot of things happens behind the scenes because there was a lot of automation behind the software. Basically, update the channel managers every time you make changes to the price. The channel manager will make sure the rooms available on your hotel are upkeep on all the channels. So if you check into a walk-in guest, right, immediately channel manager will get into actions telling all the OTA, I have 1 room less for you to sell. So from the user perspective, it is just a user interface to update, right? But behind the scene, there's a lot of integration needed, right? When I talk about all those channels, not to mention the complexities of recognizing the reservation back into the PMS, right? Channel manager will pull the reservations from Agoda or any map OTAs to your PMS, right? Then the payments, etc., has to be recorded correctly. So lots of things happen behind the scene. That's why if you ever come on board as a channel manager, hotel channel manager user for the first time, you will notice that the setup takes some time because you have to do a lot of mapping. But that is a one-time work that worth the effort. At the end, it will save you tons of hours and also unpleasant experience with the customers where you have overbooking.
Yeah, sure. Overbooking is something that I really the worst nightmare for hotelier out there, right?
If you have a lot of overbooking, not just it has a very bad customer experience. As I understand, online travel agencies also tend to put your hotels at a lower ranking because you can't serve their customers.
That's why hotel channel manager, right, is very helpful for you to have one of those nowadays, since you have a lot of platforms and OTAs to list your rooms, right? So okay, other than that, is there any other benefit that you did not mention if hotel has a hotel channel manager?
Okay, so some of the hotels would say that I don't need a hotel channel manager given that I have only 2 online travel agencies, for example, bookings.com and Agoda. Depends on types of property. If with 2 channels and you have a lot of direct walk-in customers and you are having 90-100% occupancies, so that's fine. So you don't need channel manager. But in the event if you have like occupancies like 50, 60, there are still a lot of empty rooms to be filled, right? So I think there's no way for a hotel to avoid online travel agencies in that manner, because consumer, like they book online, they book on the websites, but now the younger generations tends to book on with their mobile phone, and that means the span of online travel agencies will go from just website to even mobile app, right? So, for example, AirAsia is making a hotel rooms bookable on their app as well now. So that is the most important value hotel get from the channel manager, right? So you have to distribute online, you have to fill up the rooms. So basically the tools help you with that. Yeah. But other than sales and distribution, one thing I noticed if you use channel manager is two things. If you want to implement a manned kiosk concept, you will need a channel manager, simply because the guest reservation has to go into your PMS automatically, right? So you can't rely on someone to key in fast enough before the guests arrive at the hotel, right? So channel manager basically plays a role to monitor the reservation 24/7 and make sure the reservations are keyed in into the PMS automatically. That's one thing. And the second thing is, while I work with a lot of hotels, right, if your channel manager has the ability to recognize payment correctly, tax correctly into your PMS, it will save tons of hours for the back office and the accounts department, making sure they are they comply with the tax regulations. So the calculations are automated, so they can actually file tourism tax collections to the government department, and they do not have to do those manually anymore, right? So a good channel manager should also help with the back office work.
Okay, great. Thank you for the explanation. So now we heard about what the benefit, the good thing about channel manager, right? But from the hotel side, what they should think of, what criteria they should focus on when they choose a hotel channel manager?
I think one thing daunting for a lot of hoteliers is when they first use the channel manager, it sounds like something very complex, and it is hard to understand what's going on because you can't see, right? As I mentioned, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. So that's why we have a series of video that we upload to our channel. So if you haven't watched it, do watch them. I basically went through layman terms explaining how does a hotel channel manager work behind the scene. Yeah. Okay. So the reason why I talk about the challenges and hard to understand was because a good hotel channel manager should make it easier for the users to understand, right? So make sure the channel manager does his job, making sure it updates the OTA. First thing. Second, make sure the reservation coming into a PMS is done automatically. Third, make sure a channel manager also provides information like tax, the payment, whether it is on credit term, which payment methods the guests are using, So these are the few things, some of the criteria for the hotel to consider. On top of that, service, if you have problem using the product, make sure you are able to reach out to the company, right? And yeah, I think the general things are service, make sure it's up, make sure it's performing what it's supposed to do. So and of course, always try before you buy. So
agree on that. So Softinn solution, we do have a free trial provided, 14 days for free of charge. So you just visit our website for more information regarding this trial. I will put the link in the description box below. Alright. So okay, JeeShen, just now we have talked about the basic thing regarding the channel manager, right? So when how about the hotel that has already channel manager? What are your advice for them so that they can optimize their channel manager to help them?
Okay, so I noticed a lot of the hotels
Yes.
sign up to channel managers to prevent overbooking.
Mm-hmm.
So, but on top of that, right, you may use channel, once you sign up to a channel manager, you should go out and explore more online travel agencies, right? For example, if your hotel is targeting tourists from Japan, Korea, find out the top online travel agencies used by the Japanese, used by the Korean. You'll be surprised that you probably don't have contract with the top 5 OTAs used by the Japanese, right? So go and find out, sign up, and distribute on those online travel agencies. And by no time you will see your room occupancies go up, right? So don't sign up to channel manager and solve the 3-4 channels and be happy with it, right? You can always explore what channels will help increase your room occupancy. Then I think that's what I would do if I'm a hotelier, sign up to a channel manager.
To agree on that. On that note, right, you should also explore your channel manager. Do they have those platform or OTAs in the country that they targeted? Because I believe that not all channel manager have the same integration with OTA platform, right?
Correct.
So I will put also the link on our OTA integrated channel in the description box below, so you can check them out just for your information, right? Okay, Jason. So I think this is all the questions that I have based on what our merchant requested. On what they want to ask, right? So that's a wrap up for this video discussion. Thank you so much for your information, right? So I believe this will be very helpful for hoteliers out there in understanding the channel manager, on what how the channel manager can help them, right? That's all for everyone. If you like this kind of video, or if you want more, give us a thumbs up and also leave us a comment so that we know these are the right content that you guys want. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Don't be shy. Ask in the comment area. Don't just WhatsApp us. We are answering to some of your WhatsApp, but I believe it's better if you do a comment. Then we can actually prioritize which title to talk about.
True, totally agree on that. So that's all for today's video. Until we meet again in the next video. Bye.
Bye bye.